Thomas the Tank Engine is one of my childhood favourites. So if there's a film, I will always give it a watch, just to kind of relive that magic of being a child, and for an hour and a half, or in this case an hour and 25 minutes, just forgetting about being an adult. Thomas and the Magic Railroad, oddly, even though I was 8 years old when it was released, is one that I never watched as a child. I'm not sure why. I've seen it as an adult. I thought it was good fun. It's got 4.1 out of 10 on IMDb with a Metascore of 19. So it's not one that's been particularly well received. But personally, I thought it was pretty good. So it was, as I said, released in 2000, directed by Britt, Allcroft, written by Allcroft, and starring, among others, Alec Baldwin as Mr. Conductor. And I have to say, Alec Baldwin is brilliant, and I wouldn't say he's made for this role, but I do like the casting. I think the casting's pretty great. We have Mara Wilson as Lily, which is another reason why it's weird that I didn't watch this, because I loved her in Matilda at that time. But either way, it was worth the wait and is a bit of a guilty pleasure for me. So the description from IMDb is as follows. Thomas the Tank Engine's feature film debut follows Thomas and Mr. Conductor as they cross between the real world and the fictional island of Sodor in an attempt to recover lost gold dust. This is a pretty fascinating plot because the island of Sodor is very isolated. Everything that happens in the world of Thomas the Tank Engine happens in Sodor, apart from, with this film, the odd exception. And Thomas breaks through that barrier. And we have the contrast between the world Thomas is used to in Sodor and what we recognise as the more realistic world. And it's pretty great to see all of these trains in that kind of environment. Having Mara Wilson in this gives it something a little bit, I guess, extra children can relate to, because a lot of children are a fan of Matilda. They're going to be able to recognise her as that actress they love as Matilda. And I love Thomas in this. I think all of the characters in this are brilliant. We love the ones we love. We hate the ones we've hated. Growing up in around this time period, a lot of the characters that I'm familiar with are in this. I believe that a lot of the newer Thomas episodes have got characters I've never heard of, and I probably never will hear of them, other than just glancing at IMDb. But, you know, the ones that we're very familiar with, if you grew up in the 90s watching Thomas, are in this. You know, we have Diesel, Toby, Percy, Gordon, Harold, Henry, Bertie. I love Bertie. Bertie was always one of my favourites. And it's really good. The animation, the CGI quality is very good. The visual effects are pretty great. Obviously, because it's got the magic railroad, there is some magical element in here. I think the narrative unfolds quite well. It's easy enough to follow, so I think younger viewers would still be able to keep up while delighting in the visual quality of this. It is quite magical. It does as well, and something that a lot of films, I suppose more nowadays than back then, but a lot of films, when adapting from a TV show, will modernise the style. They'll improve the CGI quality for the film, but this one is the same visual style as the TV show at the time, so it's retaining that recognisable quality that children need, and that's something that a lot of films nowadays don't do, but Magic Railroad did. It's good fun. As an adult, it's not something you're going to get anything out of unless you have that nostalgic love of Thomas, but I think it's a film that a lot of children will like. I don't know why it's been so poorly received. Maybe just because it wasn't the most intricate, over-the-top, high-budget thing ever. The budget, I'm not sure what that was. Apparently the budget was 19 million. And it's got a cumulative worldwide gross of 19,748,9 pounds. So it made the money back and a little bit extra. But I think it's good. I think it's really good. I think it's very well done, very well directed, great editing. Personally, I liked it.